Now, one of the things that we emphasized today was a reaffirmation of the United States' ironclad commitment to the ROK security, and that includes through extended deterrence. That's especially important in light of the ongoing provocations coming from North Korea, including another ICBM launch just yesterday. We condemn it in the strongest terms. The latest launch of many and other provocative actions that it's taken. Flagrant violations all of multiple UN Security Council resolutions. We now assess that there are some 10,000 North Korean soldiers in total in Russia. And the most recent information indicates that as many as 8,000 of those North Korean forces have been deployed to the Kursk region. We've not yet seen these troops deploy into combat against Ukrainian forces, but we would expect that to happen in the coming days. Russia has been training DPRK soldiers in artillery, UAVs, basic infantry operations, including trench clearing, indicating that they fully intend to use these forces in frontline operations. Should these troops engage in combat or combat support operations against Ukraine, they would become legitimate military targets. Now, one of the reasons that Russia is turning to these North Korean troops is that it's desperate. Putin has been throwing more and more Russians into a meat grinder of his own making in Ukraine. Now, he's turning to North Korean troops, and that is a clear sign of weakness. Russia's been suffering some 1,200 casualties a day in the east, more than at any other time during the war. And with the deployment of these North Korean troops to Russia and now to the front lines, this is the first time in 100 years that Russia's invited foreign troops into its country. Our two sides today discussed a range of options in response, and we're closely coordinating with allies and partners, particularly our European partners. We're continuing to surge security assistance to Ukraine, the United States, and we'll announce more in the coming days.
특히 최근 북한의 러시아 파병을 포함한 러북 군사협력이 다수의 유엔 안보리 결의에 대한 명백한 위반임을 재확인하고 가장 강력한 언어로 이를 규탄하였으며 북한군 파병을 포함한 일체의 불법 군사협력을 즉각 중단할 것을 강력히 촉구하였습니다. 북한군의 파병은 러시아의 불법 우크라이나 침략 전쟁을 더욱 지연시킬 뿐만 아니라 한반도는 물론 유럽 지역의 평화 안보에 대한 중대한 위협이라는 데 견해를 같이 하고 향후 긴밀한 정보 공유와 공조를 바탕으로 상황 전개에 따른 필요한 대응 조치를 취해 나가기로 합의하였습니다. 우리는 북한의 완전한 비핵화 목표를 재확인하고 북한의 지속적이고 불법적인 미사일 도발과 핵 WMD 개발을 강력히 규탄하였습니다. 특히 우리는 어제 북한의 장거리 탄도미사일 발사가 한반도와 국제사회의 평화 안전에 심각한 위협이자 유엔 안보리 결의에 대한 중대한 위반임을 지적하고 이를 강력히 규탄하였습니다. 우리는
And when it comes to China, as a member of the United Nations Security Council, we would and should expect no less. And we've had communications with China. In fact, we had a robust conversation just this week, and I think they know well the concerns that we have and the expectations that both in word and deed they'll use the influence that they have to work to curb these activities. So we'll see if they take action, but I think this is a demand signal that's coming not just from us, but from countries around the world that see what the DPRK is doing both in the immediate region on the Korean Peninsula, but also what it's doing in Europe.
In this latest development with DPRK troops in Russia. You know, we're speaking to countries throughout the region about this alarming development, and that includes, as Tony pointed out, it includes the PRC. Based upon 10,000 troops from a DPRK that have entered the battle space, is it possible for Ukraine to hold on to Kursk? The answer is yes. And you know, if you take a look at what I said earlier in terms of the numbers of casualties that Russia is is suffering on a daily basis, some 1,250 or so casualties per day. They're at a point now that if they got to go seeking for assistance to a country like the DPRK, then I think they have some problems. But yes, I do believe that they can hold on to the territory if they choose to do that. They do have options. They can do a number of things, but if they choose to do that, they can hold it. So.
안전과 지역의 평화를 믿음직하게 수호하기 위한 중세를 과시하는 새로운 실체가 또다시 초전했습니다. 민공화국 국무위원장이신 경애하는 김정은 동지께서 동포 19형의 시험 발사를 단행할 데 대한 명령을 11일 아침 공화국 전략 무력의 절대적 우세를 영구화하는 데를 현지에서 직접 지도하셨습니다.